My ex-wife's new husband made fun of me in front of his friends because I didn't have a job. They didn't know I owned the company they all worked for, until I fired them. What happened next was funny. Although they say life has a humorous way of making things complete, I didn't find this amusing. As I sat on the leather couch in Tom's immaculate, modern house, drinking a glass of water while feigning indifference to the mocking comments and laughter around me, it was funny in a way. With his carefully chosen entourage, Tom, Sophia's new husband, was in his element, a circle of elitists all savoring their own glory. And then there was me. The pity case, the uninvited guest, the ex-husband who was still, at least in their eyes, struggling to put his life together. I had believed Sophia had invited me out of goodwill, but I soon realized it was something else. This was her moment of fulfillment, the final nail in the coffin of our history. Tom wanted to mark his territory, to demonstrate his victory by replacing me with a more prosperous and superior version of myself. So I played along. I let them place me in the most inconvenient part of the room, pretending as though I wasn't supposed to be there. They made fun of me, picked at my alleged shortcomings, and laughed about how I had never accomplished much. What they didn't realize was that I owned them. Not in the way they owned their expensive sports cars or luxury timepieces, but in the way a spider owns the fly caught in its web. Calmly, quietly, completely. They were too busy enjoying their own superiority to notice that I had barely taken a sip of my drink before Tom seized the moment and turned the conversation to me, smiling smugly, his flawless face radiating arrogance. "Daniel, tell us, what do you do these days?" His voice dripped with phony interest, as if I were some charity case. Sophia was the first to laugh, that same chuckle I had heard 1,000 times before. She swirled her wine, pretending to puzzle it out as though she had no idea what I did. The room exploded in laughter. Greg, one of Tom's business associates, leaned forward with amusement barely concealed behind his glass. "Still unemployed, that's tough, man. I don't know how you do it. If I didn't have an excuse to wake up in the morning, I'd lose my mind." His wife, Angela, snorted. "Sophia, you're too kind," she said, taking a sip of her drink. "If it were me, I'd feel ashamed to have an ex still hanging around without a job." I mustered a feeble smile. Not because I was embarrassed. Not because their words had any real sting. But because I was silently memorizing every insult. Every sneer. My chest grew warm, my fingers itching to end the game right then and there, to see their faces shift from ridicule to sheer terror. Tom, oblivious, leaned back on the couch, stretching languidly. "I keep telling Sophia," he groaned loudly. "She really dodged a bullet." The room erupted in cruel laughter. I tightened my jaw. My grip on the glass tightened too.